Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel, and really quickly I want to talk to you guys about the team shop. There's a major change coming on June 19th. So hopefully I release this video the day I'm recording it, which is the 16th, or even tomorrow on the 17th. But anyways, there's a major change coming on the 19th where all of these monsters in the team shop right now, Holster's pet, Exoskill, Nishan's pet, Atum's pet, all the pets, Donald Turtle, he's still there, iPug, and the generals, Nishan's, Holter, Altis, they're pretty much going to be disappearing, and when they come back their price is going to increase. So now's the time to buy. So if you check the update section of the game, there's a section called New Changes Coming Soon, Part 2 Balancing Changes. And specifically I'm going to talk about the team shop updates. The team shop will become more engaging and rewarding. New set of monsters. Meet the generals, bodyguards, an elite cast of warriors dedicated to protecting and improving the generals. Every few weeks a new bodyguard will be waiting for you in the team shop, but get them fast because once they go away they won't return for a while. So originally we had the generals, then we had the pets, and now we're having the general bodyguards. Who knows what's after that? But anyways, with the introduction of the bodyguards, just like all the previous times, when that monster is released, you're probably going to have the whole month to buy him, and if you don't buy him, you probably won't be able to get him for the next 3 months or 4 months. It's basically going to be a while before he gets released again. But during that first time he's released, he's going to cost his full price. The second time he's released, his price will probably drop, and then each sequential month, the price will probably continue to fall until it reaches a certain point. And then from that point on, it'll probably increase after a certain amount of month. But anyways, that's going to be the deal with bodyguards. But here's the cool thing this time around. With the release of every bodyguard, there will also be rotation in the content of the team shop. Every month you'll find a different set of generals, pets, exclusive team shop monsters. So that's great. They're going to be bringing back the generals and the pets, which means more opportunity to get General Thetis, more opportunity to get General Dartmouth, and some of the good pets like Nishan, Altis' pet. But besides that, there's going to be exclusive team shop monsters. So in the past we've seen Reptile, we've seen Pixelion, I think. There was a time when Timerion was even in the team shop. There's been quite a few different legendary monsters and epic monsters in the team shop. Hopefully they're bringing us more random monsters this time around. Because in the past they kept, for the epic monsters, I think they kept Donald Turtle and iPug for the longest time. Anyways, let's continue on. Bear in mind that after each change, the set of monsters won't be available again for 3 months. So this is cool. This means that after 1 month, for the next 3 months, we won't see those same monsters again. So for example, if they were to put iPug the first month, we shouldn't see him again until maybe the 4th month. So if you missed the chance to get the monster you wanted, don't worry. Just look out for the Fraternity Team event. This is basically an event that when one of your teammates buys a gem pack, the rest of your team gets rewarded with war coins. So if you're going to buy gems, if you're a person that spends money and buys gems, the best time to buy those gems is during a frat team event. That way the rest of your team benefits. And so anyways, this is really cool. They're promising us a rotation of generals, pets, and exclusive team shop monsters. So depending on which exclusive team shop monsters those are, you guys might want to save your gems for those monsters, because they can turn out to be really good monsters. At the same time, however, we have no idea of knowing who it is. So it's kind of hard to decide whether you want to save or whether you want to spend your coins now. And the reason you might want to spend your coins now is because of the next section. War coin prices for generals and pets will increase to better represent the strength and value of these monsters in the game. So the price of generals and their pets are going up. Pets right now cost 1,000, generals right now cost 1.15k coins, so I'm wondering how much they're going to increase. Are they maybe going to cost 1,500 coins each, generals and pets, which would be a significant price increase to the pets? Or maybe is that just for the generals? Will the generals cost more? Right now we have no way of knowing. All we know is that the price is going to increase. But then it also says, remember, they also have sell packs in the team shop at very affordable prices. Now right now, if I'm not mistaken, you can buy 100 cells of a general or a general pet for 1,500 coins. So I doubt they would increase the price to 1,500 for the general when you can just buy cells, because it's more affordable to buy cells at that point. Because if not, you have to get a general, you have to hatch it, you have to spend approximately 2.2 million food to level up to 100, then you have to spend an X amount of time to extract the monster, and so that's a really long process. So maybe the price won't increase too much, maybe it'll be like 1,300, like we really have no way of knowing. But for that reason, if you want to buy a pet right now or a general right now, you have to do it now, because we know, the one thing we know for a fact, although we may not know the finite amount, we do know that the price is going to increase. So a lot of people are recommending that you spend all of your coins right now, take advantage of the opportunity to get your generals, to get your pets, that way you can have a ranked up pet or a ranked up general. And stay tuned for more information and get ready. On June 19th, the first bodyguard will be here. That is Ingvar's Bodyguard. Analysis on him coming out soon. And so taking a look at the team shop right now, we have Holter's pet for 1k coins, we have Exoskill for 800, which is a really cheap thunder monster. Honestly, if you had a lot of coins, you could probably buy a bunch of Exoskill and rank him up, and he can be a really competitive monster. I myself, with the coins I have, 11,000 coins, I could probably buy 14 of him, and I think I have 2 of him, so I could be very close to getting him all the way to rank 5. Anyways, there's also Nishan's pet for 1,000 coins, Atum's pet, Thetis' pet 1,000 coins, Donald Turtle 800, iPug 800, Both of these are epics. Honestly, if you're deciding between Donald Turtle, iPug, or Exoskill, definitely go for Exoskill. We also have Darmith's pet, General Nishan, General Holter, General Alsis, 1.15k coins. Like I said, if the price is going to increase, I'm curious to know how much it's going to increase. We have Shannara's pet, we have Ingvar's pet, and Holter's pet as cells. Like I said, Shannara and Ingvar, they cost way too much, but Holter's pet, for example, 100 cells would cost 1500 coins. So right now, it's better to buy Holter's pet, beat them, extract them, than buying the cells right here. Exoscale, oh look, I already have 103 cells for Exoscale. Anyways, he costs the same as Holter's pet. It's way better to buy Exoscale, buy him, extract them, all that stuff. The same with the pets. I think, the epics, they do cost a lot less. For them, the cells are 800, so if you're buying one of the epics, it's better to buy the cells. That way you don't need to waste the gold and the time. But you really shouldn't worry about the epics. Right now, you should really focus on the generals and the pets. And the monsters I think are worth the most getting in terms of the 4 pets available, it would have to be Nishan's pet and Thetis' pet. In terms of pets, I think those two are by far the best. Nishan's pet is an amazing monster. He's immune to possession, so he's not tough like the other pets or the generals, but he has an AoE possession skill. Not to mention, he's in 2 books. He's in the Underworld book, and he's in the Evil Legions book, so he's extremely valuable and extremely usable. And because he's crazy fast, 3, 4, 6, 5 speed if I'm not mistaken, and he has the AoE possession as well as other possession skills, he's an amazing monster to bring in the future wars. Taking a look at Holter's pet, he's only in 1 book, so the only time you actually get to use him is in a Meta War and in Evil Legions. And like I said, if Nishan's pet is in Evil Legions, you'd much rather use him. And as far as Meta Wars, there's way better monsters to use than Holter's pets. As for Atum's pet, he's in the Good Legions book and he's an Earth monster. Well, in the Earth category, there's way better Earth monsters to use than Atum's pet, and in the Good Legions, there's even better monsters to use in the Good Legions, so I really can't recommend him. And lastly, we have Thetis' pet, who I definitely think is a good monster. It's currently in the Sea book as well as the Water book. And one thing you'll notice is that Sea and Water, they have a lot of the same monsters mixed together, but nonetheless, it's a really great attacker, a really powerful attacker at that. And I definitely think you should pick up 1 or 2 Thetis' pet, maybe 3, just so you can rank it up and have extra cells. As for Darmith's pet, he's a fire monster and he's also used in Dragon and Winged, so he's incredibly valuable in terms of his usability. You can use him in up to 3 different types of war, but as far as a monster himself, I wouldn't say he's that great. There's definitely way better monsters to use, especially in the Dragon category. There's monsters like Lernian, there's monsters like Frostwrath, there's Greedy Dragon, who's probably the best of all to use right now, so I'd probably have to say that you can skip out on Darmith's pet. As for the generals, there are 3 to choose from. There's General Nishan's, and he's also in 2 books, Winged and Evil Legions. He's a pretty good monster. Any general, just because they have tough, they're really great monsters to put on defense, because your opponent can't rely on denying them, which means it's very likely that they can get an attack in and attack the enemy. There's also General Holter. He's also in 2 books, Mechanical and Evil Legions. Not to mention he's also metal, so you can be used in Metal Wars. But again, in the metal category, there's way better monsters to use in my opinion. And lastly is General Alsis, who unfortunately is in no book right now, which is really weird. I think this monster should be in the Good Legions book, as he's just a peaceful forest spirit. He protects the forest pretty much, but nonetheless, he's a great monster, one of the best nature monsters in my opinion, and for that reason, I think he's worth having. For those nature wars that currently doesn't necessarily have the best nature monsters, they're definitely getting better and better, but they're still missing a really powerful nature monster, and General Alsis is really good. And like I said, he's a general. Because he has tough, he's inherently a good monster to place on defense. So if you're looking for a general to buy, I definitely think you should pick up General Alsis, maybe a couple of him. Keep in mind the general prices and the pets are going up, so if you don't have Alsis or Nishan, definitely be sure to get them, maybe a couple if you can. And as for the pets, your priority really should be Nishan's pet or Thetis' pet. And so some advice that people have been passing around is that right now you empty out all of your war coins and you use them all up. But I do need to warn you that that could also be a mistake, because you don't know what monsters are going to be introduced in the next team shop starting June 19th. What if there's a really good legendary monster for 800 coins or even 1000 coins that you could potentially buy a lot of him and rank up? So it would suck if you waste all your coins now. Not to mention, what if there's runes? What if there's level 9 runes? And if you waste all your coins getting pets now and generals now, you're going to miss out on those runes. Now of course they haven't indicated that the runes price are going to increase, so you might be thinking that you want to capitalize on the pets being on sale right now, and thus you should buy them because the runes prices aren't changing. But you never know, in the future they could always increase the rune price, so maybe it's really tough. You have to decide on your own. Myself, I was thinking of buying Holter's pet, Atum's pet, Thetis' pet. That would drop me 3,000 coins, leaving me with 8,000. I still need Darmith's pet too, so that would drop me 4,000 coins, leaving me at 7,000, which is a lot. And I don't think I'll ever use Darmith's pet, and I don't think I'll ever use Holter's pet. Actually, Holter's pet I might. He's not that bad. He's a really tanky monster and thus can be kind of difficult to take down, so he might be fun to use. I'd definitely use Nishan's pet and Thetis' pet. I'm gonna buy Thetis' pet right now. I kind of want to buy 2 Thetis' pet as opposed to Darmith's pet and Holter's pet. Decisions. I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna pick up another Nishan's pet. My money is gonna waste, but like I said, don't necessarily follow what I'm doing blindly and wasting coins. It's just that without access to all the information, without access to exactly what they're gonna be doing, what price increases they're gonna be doing, maybe I shouldn't have bought that because I have a lot of good water monsters. That's another way to decide what's actually worth getting. If you have a lot of good water monsters, if you have a lot of good sea monsters, you can maybe convince yourself not to buy Patrice's pet. Like, I also consider myself a collector. What the heck, I'm just gonna do it. I consider myself a collector, so I do like to have as many monsters as possible. So knowing that the price is gonna increase, I wanna make the investment now, and I just wanna purchase them. So even though my logical side is saying don't purchase them, you'll never use Latum's pet, you'll never use Rrabbits' pet, I'm gonna go ahead and buy them anyways. Because one thing you can keep in mind is that with the introduction of the library, Social Point can release as many books as possible, so they might possibly do a general book in the future, where you have all the generals, all the pets, all the bodyguards, in which case it's kinda nice to have a variety. But also, if there ever is a book like that, I imagine the top tier generals would get used, like General Thetis, Altis, Darmith, you know, the top tiers, Nishan's pet, Thetis' pet. So I still don't know if I'm ever going to use them, but I'm just going to buy them for collection purposes. So a really quick summary of what I said, because it was a lot of information. June 19 is the day. There's going to be changes to the team shop. Ingvar's Bodyguard is going to be introduced, along with some old generals and pets and exclusive Team War monsters. But with the addition of this team shop update, the price of the pets and the price of the generals are going to increase. We don't know by how much it's going to increase, but we know it's going to increase for sure. And you can probably imagine that Social Point will probably give us a fraternity team event. That way we can get more coins and buy more monsters from the team shop, thus people will spend more money on gems. So if you're thinking of buying gems, you should wait for that time. And it's also very possible that there could be runes in the future team shop update, so you might want to hold off on spending all of your gems. Maybe just spend some of your gems to get copies of Nishan's pet, Thetis' pet, General Nishan and General Altis, or to save all of them, or to spend them all. At the end of the day, I can't tell you what to do, I can only give you this advice. With that being said, I'm Army Gaming. I really hope this video was helpful. Like always, remember to dream big and pursue your passions.